I fucking hate these videos that don't have any real information in them, and these videos that just regurgitate the generic bullshit they pick away from Wikipedia and their pages. Fucking hell. Hey Fizzyheads, what's up? How's it going? You like that title? Huh? You like that fucking title? Yeah, that's a new addition. Welcome to the Fizzy series. Actually, welcome to the Fizzy. How's that for an intro? You can see that I've done a few changes and in a good way, I think. First of all, I added updated the stuff over here, the text. It's a bit cleaner, and I added the fucking segment titles. So, welcome, and looking forward to today's episode. Today's episode, we really talk about. This will be the last time we talk about Leo as a scapegoat. And who the fuck is Leo? Leo is my boy right here. He is a champ, and this champ is really here to provide emotional support to you guys, and also me sometimes. So the point is that today we'll just be talking about the history of Leo, and the history of Leo really is he was born on an island where aliens were murdering humans, and Leo was born a turtle. He didn't get along with the humans because the humans were racist against him because he was a turtle, and he didn't get along with the aliens because the aliens looked different than a turtle. So what Leo decided to do was just destroy them all and run away. He swam across the ocean until he met me. And here we are, where I decided to tell Leo that, hey Leo, why don't you and I start making this fucking show together? And Leo said, sure, motherfucker. If you didn't say that, I was gonna murder you myself. And I was like, fuck you, asshole, I know Muay Thai. And he's like, fuck you, asshole, I know swords. And then we decided to get on this stream. That is Leo's history. Whether you believe it or not, you can go fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go fuck yourself. No, no, no. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. I don't care. You know, it's good to say whatever the fuck I want because no one is watching. YouTube always has this thing, social media always has this thing of making things seem larger than they are, larger than life. YouTube for the longest time felt as if it is this thing where if you say something wrong, it will stick with you forever. There's a fucking fly on my phone. Jeez, fucking bullshit. I hate bugs. So yeah, YouTube always has felt that. Now though, as I'm making these videos, no one's watching. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can tell whoever to go fuck themselves however I want. And it's just there because no one's watching. If or when I do become famous, then I'll just figure out what to do with these videos. If any of these videos bother me, then I'll still leave them up here. Because I'll be like, you know what? Fuck it, guys. I don't give a fuck. Everybody should know that I came from not a noble background and from nowhere, and I just came to fuck the world and own it. That's exactly it. That's all we had to talk about today for that segment. The thing is, this will be the last, it's the 40th video, and I just decided that now I'll just stop talking about Leo as a scapegoat and really start getting into some of the deeper topics, because now that I have figured out the segmentation of things and how to go about it, I've broken it down into a small chunk, and that chunk is what I've conquered. Now I feel that it's time for me to move on to the next real topics. Also, I do understand, I know that last video we said that this video's improvement would be that we answer a real question from the internet of someone who is actually having a real problem. I still have that. I just decided that the change that I made over here in this video of the segmentation is just so much bigger, and I just want to get that done out of the way. that I chose to do that change in this video, and then the change of answering someone's comments and questions will happen in the next video. So that's still there. That has not been abandoned. Let me just make sure here that everything is being recorded and streamed. And right there. Yep, it is. I don't know if the focus of this camera, or like if I'm being out of focus or not. I just get this feeling that everything is blurry right now. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is up with that. Maybe it's in my head, or maybe it's real. Regardless, who gives a fuck? Now moving on to the next segment. Good thing about myself. You know what? Honestly, I'm fucking relentless. That's the good thing about myself. I have my ups and downs. I always come back, right? With all these one improvement at a time and all these videos and shit. These videos, I don't know, they're not gonna make me money. It's good for me to see and for me to improve myself, right? That's what this is. These videos are allowing me to just put myself out there so I can keep presenting, so that when I do go out, well, as I do go out in the world, I will still be on that edge to perform in an excellent way, regardless of what happens, what situation I'm in. That's the good thing about myself. I'm relentless. You give me a target, or when I make a target for myself, I'll keep going. I will definitely come across hardships and, you know, down sections, and what's the word that I'm looking for here? Slow phases where I will feel tired and slow and stuff. Regardless, I'll just push through it and I'll be relentless. I mean, for God's sake, last video alone, we caught ourselves lacking, right? We caught ourselves where we slipped up, and we fucking twisted that around. Like, we identified what was wrong, we came up with a plan, and we executed. We executed the living fuck out of it. And for that reference, you can just check out the last video. It's called Accountability. The one with accountability. So coming back to what's good about ourselves, yeah, Fizzy, you are fucking relentless. Always have been stubborn. You've been stubborn, which is a good thing. That's a good leadership quality. That's exactly what a king needs to be. That's exactly what a leader needs to be. A wolf leader, wolf pack, whatever you want to call it. That's what you need. So, you're relentless. And that's all I have to talk about in this section. The next section is the next video improvement. As we mentioned earlier in the other section, the next video improvement will be that we have found a topic or a question that someone is struggling with, or a few people are struggling with, and we answer that question for that person, and we provide that information to them. And, you know, honestly, that could be something good. That's the improvement for the next video. And it's all content related. So as you can see, our content, I fucking hate that word, content. The information that we put, or in the information that we record, the methodology of that information and delivering that information, that is what we are working on and streamlining. So that's exactly what's happening as planned. So we're doing that, and answering other people's questions is a way for us to understand and refine the information that they would need and the information that we may have to provide them. So that's the next video improvement. It's to really answer a question that someone else is having out there in the real world. And result of that will be, it'll give us a chance to, and give you, anybody else who's watching, a chance. Well, it'll give us and you, anybody else who's watching, to see. You know what? Fuck it. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me get that right. It will give us a chance to answer those questions. It will give the viewers a chance to witness how we answer those questions. And it will show you Fizzy of the future. It'll show you and prove to you that we are fucking awesome. That's what it is. That we are awesome as fuck. We already know how shit happens. We already know how to do it. We just want to prove it to you in the future again. For all those times that you may think that you don't know this or you don't know that, we will be proving it to you that we will be proving to you that you know what, fuck that. Your doubts are bullshit. We know how to answer these questions. So that is what we will improve in the next video. Now the next segment. What did I do today to make money? This is a good one. This is a good one. Let me just make sure right here that I have everything that I want to talk about. All right, yeah. So what I did today to make money is I bought a course and I studied the living fuck out of it on YouTube. So effectively what I did was, in order for me to learn how to present better, because I know that as I would be making money, I must be the person that presents, sells, convinces, negotiates, discusses, and just communicates in a better way, everything in a better way. Whether it's in person, over social media, recorded videos, over the phone, any kind of mode of communication. I must and am, well, I am a presenter. I've decided I must be an excellent presenter and I must improve that skill. In order for me to improve that skill, I decided to buy a course on Udemy to learn how to present on YouTube, how to do all these YouTube presentations, creations, and all that stuff. So I spent the whole day there. And if you remember, we started a new game called 12 Hours an Action Game, where the rules are that at least for 12 hours a day, I must be doing actions that are related to only us making money. 12 hours or more. And I cannot do anything else. I must not do anything else in these 12 hours. And only if we have done more than 12 hours of work, 12 hours of actions related to making money, only then we would have won that game for the day. And today we did win that game. Today our actions were that we literally bought this Udemy course, and it was like, maybe I want to say like 5-6 hours. So we were just going through that course and then also doing things on this YouTube channel and learning along the way, applying what we learned from that channel and then trying other things that the person was teaching us. Frankly, a lot of the stuff that was on that fucking course we already knew, meaning we had already executed it in this channel. It was still good for us to go through that content and understand what they were talking about, especially because they were coming from a different perspective. See, the perspective, hold on, especially because they were coming from a different perspective, and that resulted us in understanding more things. What do I mean by perspective? We record our videos live, right here, straight up. That's exactly how I do it, and that's exactly who we are. We do it live. Fuck it. And then out of this, sure, maybe we can get clips and then just repurpose them for more specific topics. Effectively, though, our strategy, or it's just not even a strategy, our way of recording this data or logging these events for this journey and diary of making money is just live, where we just sit and we just talk about it. And that's exactly who we are. That's exactly how we want to record things. The course, on the other hand, their strategy is that, oh, let's go around, record things. Oh, and then we would do these live recordings and post them live, right? That's exactly what's going on. The course that was person that was teaching things was, they had the strategy of recording a lot of things offline and then editing them and then posting those videos on YouTube or whichever platform. That's We don't want that. We don't want that bullshit. Because the thing is, we're not an editor. We are a presenter. My job and our job, like what we are good at is actually presenting, talking, delivering things, content. We hate this editing bullshit. It's necessary. It's necessary. We suck at it. We don't care about it. We hate it. And in fact, we are looking to outsource it. If we were to follow the pathway that was described in the course, we would have become an editor. That would be the pathway that that course was really preaching. We don't want that end goal. Having said that, we still understood the perspective from where they were coming. So if we were recording our videos in this way, they were literally recording their videos that way. And there was a, like a joining point over here. So it's good for us to understand that. So that when, as we do find an editor, we can explain to that editor with all the information that we have from here. Also, there were a few concepts that we learned from that course. This segmentation, actually, I got an idea from him, not directly, but as he was creating his segments and all this stuff, I just thought that why don't I just put segments out and just put it out there for us to see. So that's what we learned. That's the actions we took today for us to make money. I think it's one of those indirect actions because I believe what we learned from the that course, even though 80-90% of it was useless, meaning we wouldn't use that information or our way was different or we already knew it, the 10% that we did learn is pretty fucking useful. And overall, I mean, we did take from it and we did apply it and we do apply it now, moving here and moving onwards. And overall, the result of the result of that course is that we are becoming better at talking and presenting things. A lot of also side note, a lot of the things that the guy was preaching was bullshit because he was like, you have to be energetic, you have to be high level, you cannot clickbait people, but it's okay to clickbait a little bit. And I'm like, go fuck yourself, bro. He's a broke bitch that moved to Thailand because the cost of living is cheaper over there. He failed wherever the fuck he was at, and he's like one of those broke fucking YouTubers that moved to a cheap country and then they sell the courses and then again they're doing a sales job and then they're preaching all this bullshit like, let's do this, make a pitch higher, don't fake yourself, but put a more energy into it. Like, go fuck yourself, bro. Honestly, I don't like that bullshit. That's the same thing like when people say investing, a lot of people preach day trading, but day trading is actually fucking bullshit because 99% of the time you're sitting there in front of a fucking screen just looking at the thing. And even if you do fucking set all your presets and all your commands to buy and sell preset, that shit doesn't really occur like at a timely manner. You are still glued to your fucking screen. Just like that. Just like, oh, day trade. And then these people are like, failing at life. So that's exactly who that YouTuber, that course person was. He was just preaching all this nonsense that doesn't, we hate it because we actually, when it comes to personality and persona, not persona, but like personality on social media, we believe and we agree with Gary Vee in the sense that Gary Vee always said that, his personality is just, that's just him. He is that guy, whether on or off social media, who is just like that, just who talks just like that all the time. And that's who I want to be on social media. Like the way I talk right now is exactly how I talk to my friends, is exactly how I talk to myself, is exactly how I talk around people. Like, I'm not out here just like trying to fake this shit. Dude, you know how fucking tiring and exhausting it is to fake yourself, to be like that in front of a camera? All these fucking bitches, they do it. Like, fuck that. Anyway, We don't like that kind of talk from him. So that was another difference. That's a difference in opinion, of course. I mean, fuck him for that. I don't give a shit. We didn't like that about him. The other thing is, it was some on the other side. The good stuff. Some of the good stuff was the tips were good. He went over a lot of generic shit. Like, this is how you create a channel. Like, who the fuck doesn't know how to create a channel, man? Who the fuck doesn't know how to create a fucking YouTube channel, or to add a fucking picture to a branding, like, logo or whatever? Like, that's the kind of shit he was talking about. It's too generic. What actually I found useful was nothing that he said. It was the way he was acting, because I observed him and I said, "Oh, so you make your videos like this? Okay, noted. I understand. Oh, I like this. I want to be like that. I want to take that and use it. Understood. Oh, you're talking bullshit. Like, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off." That's the kind of thing. Like, it didn't actually matter what he was preaching, or like 90% of what he was preaching was useless. It was the way he behaved, or rather his setup and the way he behaved and his presentation. That's what we picked up from. That's what we learned. And that was most of what we learned. So that's where the money came. When he was worth, just spent like $20. So take it or leave it. I don't know. For anybody who's watching, $20. I don't know if you will consider these $20 down the to be wasted, or these $20 to be extremely useful. For us, we think these $20 were well spent, because you know what? Despite all the 90% of bullshit that he was talking about that was not applicable to us, we still got 10% of useful things that improved us, that we improved on, and the other stuff that we learned, we took from observing him, that we took. He didn't teach this to us. We took it from him and we applied to ourselves. So because of that, because we took action on our own learning and the 10% that he actually said, because of that, the money was well spent. Otherwise, 90% of the fucking information was bullshit. So we were able to flush through that. And that is what I did today to make. That is the action. Those are the things that I did today to make real money. Now, moving on to the next segment. Who is Fizzy? Who am I? I am relentless. Moving on to the next section. Let's talk about the software. So, with the software, again, we will talk about today is TickTick. Yeah, that's just been our go-to software that we use for everything. It's good. Today I used it for nothing because I had everything set already. I used it for, well, actually, you know what? Reminders. I used it for some reminders to eat, and calendar. I set up my calendar, so we can talk about that. I'll talk about that sometime later in the future. For now, regarding calendars, I time block my days on TickTick, and that time blocking is amazing. Yeah, I can visually see how long things are gonna be, and TickTick is just amazing. And it's not like any other calendar app, in my opinion. It's good because it's colorful in ways that make sense to me. So yeah, that's all. That's all I have to talk about for TickTick today. And whoops, and that is a mistake right there. That was the welcome page, and I just made a mistake. But it's okay. It's live. Fuck it. Who gives a fuck? And with that being said, oh shit, that was a mistake also. Okay. With that being said, thank you for watching. I think our videos are getting slowly better, especially now that the content side of things are being fleshed out. They've been getting better since day one, so that's good. Now it's the content side of things that are getting better. I'm getting a better understanding of what segments to have. I haven't thought of any new segments yet. If I do, I'll just add them. And I think we'll also add to these videos timestamps, and I learned how to do timestamps as well, so that can be done easily. From here onwards, the next video we'll talk about is some real questions that we will answer. So yeah, anyway, that's the end. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Stay tuned, because I think we're getting better slowly but surely. Fizzy, if you are seeing this, you will. If you're seeing this, My God, you motherfucker, you're getting better, alright? It's, I know in your mind it's gonna look pathetic, and that's simply because you are a perfectionist and you automatically have this thing of finding out things that are wrong so you can improve them later or improve them right away. So because of that, I know you will think, there's definitely a part of you that will think and say, this is so fucking pathetic. It's not making money. And it's not making money. This shit ain't gonna make money. We already said that. The money from ads is shit. Maybe brand deals are not gonna really pick you. You don't even want to be a sellout for them anyway. Maybe whatever traffic you generate, that can be monetized. Meaning, I mean, at that point, you're just selling some shit to a bunch of people who may or may not want to buy. So, I don't know. Regardless, this setup is at the bare minimum, at the core of it, it's a diary. This show, The Fizzy, is a diary where you record your journey as you make real money, as you figure out ways to make real money. That's exactly what it is. Whoever, whether anybody watches this or not, it must look good to you, Fizzy. And if it doesn't look good to you, then it doesn't fucking matter who watches it, right? So keep that in mind, alright? Remember that. Remember that, Fizzy. With that being said, to anybody else who's watching, if this kind of content really helps you, then stick around. Stick around to see what the fuck's going on. Like, just really stick around out of curiosity or doubt or support, whatever you feel like. Stick around and see how we progress. You know, it'd be a nice view. It'll be good. Subscribe if you want, like if you want, comment if you want. Just stick around. And if there's any wolves out there, any of my wolves, you know who I'm talking about. Hit me up, motherfuckers. We gotta get together, cause I'm looking for wolves that are hungry to make real money together. With that being said, thank you for watching. God bless. Take care. Fizzyhead out.